I am sorry. Are you okay?
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, 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 every day I'm
Boxing Voice Radio, #1 podcast. Enjoy the show. It's a great day to talk boxing. Ness on the mic, super chat, call in. It's the Boxing Voice Radio, #1 podcast. Enjoy the show. Like, subscribe, like, subscribe, like, subscribe. Join the Patreon today.
When you're in the trenches, it's cool to shoot the bullets. How you gonna defend yourself when the bullets coming back?
Davis starts Santa Cruz is gonna fall to me.
The popular and acclaimed defending WBA lightweight champion of the world.
If it was the streets, these niggas would been smoked. Pack the whole group up. Pack them up and get them the fuck out of boxing.
Haney, Cambosis, one of those folks, maybe Garcia.
All them guys is easy work. They're easy work, man. I'm the top dog.
The hard-hitting young star of boxing, 3-division world champion.
Skill for skill. I'm much more skillful than Sinella. I stand on that. I'm much more skillful. You and Cambosis, what happens, Tank? I'm whooping that ass. Tell him come see me. Tell him hold the belt. I'll whoop his ass for free.
The defending world champion from Baltimore, Maryland.
We from the city. You know what's happening, what's in the city.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
Gervonta Tank Davis.
SDS Promotions.
I remember walking in Mayweather gym, he sitting on the couch, I told him he a bum ass fighter. He ain't say nothing, not one word. He got a furrow on his 80 degrees.
What up? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to your second episode of the Boxing Voice Radio. We are here to discuss the back and forth exchange, another Twitter beef with Tank Davis for those that care, plus the fact that Jaron Ennis and Eimantas Stanionis have officially announced their fight now. No more rumors, no more potential. It's actually going down. We have a unification April 12th, I believe, if this is the date. I'll get that exactly, but it is going to be taking place in Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City. So this is amazing news, man. Boots had a lot of fights on the table. There were offers to Virgil, offers to Charles Conwell, offers potentially for Barrios, and he said he wanted to unify. He said he wasn't ready to go up, and here he is. They didn't get Barrios, but they were able to get Eimantas Stanionis, so that's not a bad fight. It is a unification, and once again, the Ring Magazine belt will be on the line. So this is some great news that I felt like we should be discussing and stay on top of. This broke 3 hours ago. Ring Magazine, obviously, Turkey Al-Sheikh made this official, and here is Ring Magazine's account saying, announced Jaron Ennis and Eimantas Stanionis will meet in a Ring Magazine IBF and WBA welterweight world title unification. Fight is on April 12th. I was right about that. And it is in Atlantic City, New Jersey, Boardwalk Hall. Claim the crown. there's other pictures floating around with them each grabbing a crown in the center. So, shout out to Matchroom that was able to make that fight for Boots when many thought that, Eddie would fail him again. But now, before he moves up to 54, if he could get this win over Stanionis, he would have been a unified champion at 47 and the lineal champion at 47 if he can beat Stanionis. Remember, that Ring Magazine belt is on the line. We will also be having Ernesto Tito Mercado on the show today, who had made an explosive, had an explosive press conference, should we say. As you can see, that was some of it. Let me show it to you because we will be having him on the show. If you're a Patreon, if you're a YouTube member, you can go ahead and drop him a question because he will be on in about another 45 minutes. But this is Ernesto Tito Mercado.
He ain't gonna do shit. Keyshawn got no chin. Shakur got no chin. Call him up. He ain't shit. He gonna get his ass whooped February 14th. He ain't shit. Bring his ass up here then. And I'll knock your ass out after. He ain't gonna do shit. Keyshawn got no chin. Shakur got no chin. Call him up. He ain't shit. He gonna get his ass whooped February 14th. He ain't shit. Bring his ass up here then. And I'll knock your ass out after.
Now, I want to point your attention to this comment. This is Michelada time. This is actually Roberto Diaz, former Golden Boy matchmaker now. He works for Sheer Sports and has a bunch of fighters. He said, really? Is he ready for smoke? Former world 130-pound champion is ready. Let's go. So maybe he is managing Pedraza, that he's talking like that. Let's see his story. That's not Pedraza. That's Duarte. That's not Pedraza. Yeah, no, maybe he just had a thought. I don't know. But it was interesting to me because he is a former matchmaker. And, you would figure he thinks he knows fights. But it has to be talking about Pedraza being 130 former world champion. But he was also a 135-pound former world champ as well. But this is what we're talking about. If you guys are interested, then Discord is available. X Space is also available. We got Pac-Man. What up? Pac-Man, you hear me? You got to unmute.
What up, bro?
What up?
I just think, man, Boots, this is a good fight, but he got to give us somebody else better than this. You feel me what I'm saying?
I mean, Brian Norman's next, hopefully.
Oh yeah. But that's all I had to say. He just got to give us he just got to give us something better than that, bro. Cause this will hurt your brand.
I mean, it's a unification. How exactly would it hurt his brand? Just because, he's not the most known name. We know him as hardcores, and he got a belt for the casuals.
I mean, look at Tank. Although he like a big superstar, right?
Mm-hmm.
But him giving us the roach fight.
Yep.
If let's just say he had the fan base Boots had, if Boots did something like that, then he probably be over with. It'll be over with for him.
I hear
like
you.
If somebody else did what Tank just did, it'll be over with for them.
I understand for sure. People don't like that roach fight too much.
Yeah, this Stanionis fight it's just enough to get by type. That's just how I
Nah,
feel.
but that's exactly all this is. You know, it's a get by, but it's also accolades, right? It's also what he said he wanted to achieve. So his promoter is just trying to help him do what he said he wanted to do. He said he wanted to be undisputed at 47.
Yeah, but this what had messed him up. You remember he was talking about like this might be it for me. I got to go to 154. That's what
Yeah.
really had messed that up.
What you mean messed it up in what way?
Like people wouldn't be so on him about it if he ain't never say like this might be it for me. I got to go to 154 after that last fight he just had.
But you don't. I mean, I appreciate the fact that he's buckling down like Ray Ford and trying to make that weight again. Ray said he was going to move up, and they got him a nutritionist and stuff. I mean, this is what you do on a high level. This a unification. If you ever go, tighten up, it's for this.
Yeah, I'ma still. Hey, look, I'm a boxing fan, bro. I'ma still watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I watch every fight.
Nah, I'm with you.
Appreciate you for bringing me up though, OG. Appreciate that, man.
Appreciate you, man. Let me get a repost. That's free, man. Let them know we out here 2 times a day. This the second show. We grinding. Grinding. Damn, I miss the days when I had Brandon and be like, yo, Brandon, let me get that sound bite. I need that grinding. You know what I mean?
Yo, what up, gang?
What up?
Yo, man, I just want to speak about this Stanionis thing, man. Since the fight is official, yo, this is a 50-50 fight, man. Um, I can't believe this Start Boxing is having this year, bro. I've been waiting for Stanionis uh to unify, man. I remember when you had that interview and he was talking about not having enough money and shit like that, and then PBC sawing out his career. It was kind of sad, man, because I always looked at Stanionis as that 147 triple G, man. He really give me that energy. So yo, I wouldn't be surprised if Stanionis causes an upset, man. And because he's like so unknown, the bookies might be like crazy. They might put him at like a plus 500, which would be insane. If it's a plus 500, I'm dropping a bag on that all day. Um, but yeah, man, that's great news right there, man. Boots, I don't know if he could take a Stanionis punch, man. But he ain't impressed me with Karen. Some people try to say Karen really studied him, but you're supposed to be studying your opponents like that, man. And this Stanionis his chance, man. Uh, it's time to shine. He beats Boots. He gonna be all over the news, man. You like that fight, Ness?
What? The standing on his boots?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. And shout out to you, because now you know the odds for triggering me. Boots opened up a minus 430. Stanionis is a plus 310 right now. Plus 310 right
Damn.
now.
No, I should hop on that ASAP, man.
I mean, you got to find
Cause
who has that action. Usually this says who has the action. I don't see it.
I'm in New York, so I gotta use DraftKings. That's one of the only ones I can use, and Caesars.
No, I hear you, but you got to see that, that they actually have the fight, that they're offering any. I mean, DraftKings usually is great. They'll certainly have something.
Yeah, man. That's not too far off from what I just predicted, man. But yeah, that's crazy.
I
That's
mean,
wild.
look at the
They
difference, though.
disrespecting.
Look at the difference. Karen was a minus. I mean, Boots was a minus 5,000 versus Karen in the rematch, but he's only a minus 430 versus Stanionis, which is still a lot. Don't get me wrong, but it ain't that wide gap of.
Yeah, I mean, for most people gonna look at it that way, but like, if you really follow Stanionis like that, man, this dude got a granite chin, and he can take punishment, man, to the body. I don't remember ever seeing him hurt in a fight. and he's never showed stamina issues, man. So I'm gonna have to put a bag on Stanionis, man. But I'm gonna keep listening, game.
You may feel like it's your time, but it's not your time.
Sorry for the dead air. Shout out to Amin setting up a in-person Bachram interview when they land. We got James Benitez on the check-in. What up?
Yo, what's up, Ness? You hear me?
Perfect.
Yo, that shit crazy, man. Shout out to Big Gucci, man. But calling Stanionis the Triple G at 147, I have never heard that comparison before. But shit, I kind of like it though, man. I mean, he got one belt, fought a bunch of nobodies. And I also believe that he does have a granted chin, and I believe Stanionis is better than Boots. So with that being said, I mean plus 300, man. As a community, we all got to drop $100 on Stanionis. Like no bullshit. That's like a lock. But other than that, though, Ness, like on some real shit. What's your thoughts on the Ray Ford and Gervonta beef? Like, if that was the fight that we was getting on March 1st, would we, as a community, you think we'll be more happy as a community if we was actually getting that fight instead of the Lamont Roach? I think so. Former fighter of the year.
I would say no. I would say that people would say the
I
same
mean,
thing they're saying about Roach, that,
come on, man.
Tank is bringing someone else up. And
I mean, like
I'm just
that's
bored.
bullshit, Ness.
I'm tired of talking about Tank's tweets. At
I
least
mean,
Ray Ford is. I don't even know why did
at
Ray
least
Ford tell him to get the fuck off his knees?
Ain't no telling why, man. We gotta wait for like 10 more tweets until we find out where the shit actually started with. But
Mm.
in all actuality, man, like the DC and Baltimore beef that they try to have going on, the Tip Bayless of the world would say, "Oh, this means so much to the culture," but man, nobody gives a fuck about that fight. So hopefully, if the next little guy he brings up, if it's not Ray Ford or Shockey Foster, I mean, just it is what it is. But also, Ness, shout out to you as always, man. I like the energy Tito Mercado had today, man. I guess he's still a little salty about that loss he has to Keyshawn in the amateurs or whatnot. Hopefully that's the first thing you bring up right there. And ask him, is that why he still got that so much energy? Like does he feel like he's been overlooked since he got belt to ass in the amateurs from Keyshawn then? Because I like that energy that he was talking on stage, but I hope he can actually solidify and make that fight. And I hope Eddie Hearn believes him enough to make that fight. And also, do you think Eddie Hearn has any possibilities of moving Andy Cruz up in the future? Because it looked like anybody that was on stage next to Tito, he wanted to knock their heads off. But that's just my personal opinion. That was my thoughts from looking at it. But Ness, either way it goes, man, shout out to you. I like the bullshit in the box as always. I'll catch you later, man.
All right. Shout out to James, Atlanta. That's right. Look, I'm so tired of talking about the Tank tweets that I said we was going to talk about the Tank tweets, and then I started the show and started taking callers without talking about the Tank tweets. So I really don't know what's going on because Tank, you know what I mean? So I don't know what was said for Ray Ford to just tell Tank out of nowhere to get the fuck off his knees. And then Tank came back, right? Let me just show you these, right? First one was, Ford telling him what he told him, which you can see here. He like, get the F off your knees. Then Tank comes back and says, I will punch your effing lights out, little bitch. You feel me? And then Ford comes back and says, bitch, you gotta show me. Now, I would normally be excited, like 3 years ago. But this is already a pattern. Like, are we about to see Tank versus Ford next and he bringing Ford up a division? Because Ford just moved up, so now he'd be moving up again. I mean, I'm not excited, but that's your daily Tank tweet news, man. Tank in the tweets. Copy cool, what it do? You gotta unmute, champ. Yo. Copy cool. All right. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. You know it's absolutely free to do that. I need that support. Trying to get to that next level. And if you want to call in, Discord is available. X Space is available. Both links are already pinned right here on the live show on youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. Well, hopefully you've already subscribed. I'm trying to get to these goals. Trying to crush these goals, ladies and gents. But also, we had this. I also wanted to show this. Not this. This. Pacheco and Nelson face off.
I ain't seen it all, man. And we still getting that bonus if we win? Is that what you said?
Yeah, you can come in.
Come on.
To the front, boys, please.
Great promoter. You got a great promoter. You got one of the best promoters. He's even better than Bob Arum now. You got a great team. Hey, your future is great after this loss. Pacheco, I'm telling you, you're a good kid. Hey, you graduate in the top of your class, son.
I dropped out. You don't know me. I dropped out.
You're gonna be okay, son.
I ain't seen it all, man.
And we still getting that bonus if we win? Is that what you said?
Yeah, you can come in.
Bomac is a fool. Talking about, is we still getting that bonus if we win? Is that what you said? I bet you a lot of people now, y'all ready to pick Steve Nelson. Now that you got Coach Bernie the boxer running around here on any platform that he could, talking about how Steven Nelson getting a knockout. You got Bomac over here, going viral because the Zone got 3 million subscribers on their Instagram. Everybody is sharing this. You can literally see how many people commenting. So, hopefully now this fight gets a little bit of attention. But the size difference is crazy. Height doesn't win fights, but people that are tall usually have good reach, length, and jabs. So we'll see, man. We'll see. We got Charles. What it do?
What's up, Ness? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, man. Let me say this. I want the stage set. I want Boots to take on Stanionis. And I know I'm wishing on this, Ness, but I wish Norman to take on Barrows. And then we can get that undisputed with Boots and Norman. But let me say this. Other than Benitez, because he on his job as a hater, I've had a discussion with him off the air about Boots. Shout out to my man Benitez. But I want all you motherfuckers who doubt Boots to tell me this. If Karen is not that good, who the fuck other than the champions at 147 does Karen not beat? Because everybody keep making it seem like Karen ain't shit. And Boots pretty much damn near blanked him in 2 fights. So I'm getting tired of that shit, man. Okay. For everybody that love Bud, okay, I can understand that. Maybe even Virgil, even though he ain't at the weight class no more. But I'm tired of you motherfuckers always getting on Boots. Oh, he gets hit too much. Nobody said shit when Canelo gets hit. Nobody said shit when Tank gets hit. So this fucking Boots hate, I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. Because at the end of the day, this is all I gotta say. Take any of those fucking welterweights y'all talking about, and I want y'all to tell me who the fuck beats Karen down, hands down. Okay? Maybe Norman. I'm not even sure if Barrios beat fucking Karen. So y'all need to chill with this Boots hate. Y'all really need to fucking chill with that because y'all talk all this shit and be smart. You want to listen to Big Gucci Nick and Benitez, they gonna fuck around and have you broke if you fuck around and bet on fucking Stanionis. And I like Stanionis. But don't listen to them because they just hate Benitez on his job. Big Gucci Nick, I don't know what the fuck he on. That's just Boots hate. You know, I get it in terms of comparing on the coffee. But I want you motherfuckers to call in and tell me who that much better than Karen at 47 other than the champions. Stop with all this bullshit hate. Y'all need to stop all this bullshit just because you don't like what Bosey said in the corner or because he getting hit. You motherfuckers don't say that when Canelo get hit. You motherfuckers don't say that when Tank get hit. Tank gets hit a lot. So I'm not trying to hit it. Yeah. Did he take Karen out? No. But he pitched a fucking shutout both two fights. So stop all this bullshit, man. Y'all killing me with this Boots hate. You guys call in and fucking tell me, if you know boxing, how many welterweights is better than fucking Karen, hands down. Because I guarantee you this, if Karen start hitting that welterweight field, a lot of you motherfuckers gonna lose y'all money. Karen is a fucking stud. Appreciate you, Ness.
You may feel like it's your time, but it's not your time.
I'm going to be real. I like Karen. I want to see him with someone else. Too soon to call him a stud. And I got Barrios dropping him. Barrios drops anybody that's not elite. His record speaks for itself. What I'm saying is fact. If you're not elite, he putting you down. And that goes for a former elite like Ugas, who was considered elite at one point. Put him down. Couldn't put Thurman down. Thurman's elite. Couldn't put Tank down. Tank's elite. But he hung with them dudes. Everybody else, though, he put them down. Unless I'm mistaken, which probably not. He put enough of his dudes down. And that dude, he started at 22. So his power real. Like real. Because it's been able to carry as he grows. Capicu, what it do? Second time trying you.
It's goodness, my bad, man. I got out, came back in, I was able to catch my order. You hear me now?
Perfect.
All right. Yeah. So, I said before, I would actually enjoy this. To add to what you just said right now about Barrios, he hurt Thurman really bad to the body too. That's what people aren't remembering. So like you said, his power is real. But the Raymond Ford and Tank thing, that's actually an interesting fight that I would actually like to see solely because I've seen Raymond Ford in house and I've seen him spar some big boys and I've seen him, show that dog, that I think that would make an interesting fight between him and Tank. We've seen him face adversity, big power punches, and we've seen him come back and win these fights. So, that fight was actually appealing. And I was just gonna say, I'm not sure. I wasn't looking at the rankings too much, but I think they just ranked him at 35, or maybe I was mistaken. That was 30, but I know he's like top 5. He's ranked top 5, so that'll be interesting to see that fight. As far as the Stanionis, well, it'll be appealing to me, I should say, right? With Ennis and Stanionis, great fight. I'm glad that it's official now. That's gonna be a barn burner. I see this, brawl. I see it turning into a brawl, and showing Ennis is gonna have to come out that motherfucker showing that he is that dude. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be an easy day in the office for him. He's gonna have to. He's gonna learn. He's gonna have to bang. He's gonna have to fight from the inside on that fight. So it's gonna be a very interesting fight, bro. I love it, man. I like that fight, man. I like both fights, and I think they both. This is something with Ennis and Stanionis. This is something that the public has been calling for a very long time. I know I have. I feel like they've kind of eluded each other in the beginning, for a few years now. And I think that this fight should have happened a few years ago because this is a battle of the prospects. I know they're both champions, but I feel like they just kind of both graduated instead of getting their shot. Although I think Stanionis actually earned his title, right? Right? If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
I mean, he got elevated like everybody else. Crawford was the super champ.
But I'm saying I think they gave Boots his title. I think Stanionis actually fought for his title, correct?
Again, he got elevated. Crawford was the super champ. But again, the WBA is the only one that makes mandatories, and yes, he fought mandatories.
Okay. All right. Well, again, so I mean, it's just gonna be interesting because those guys should have fought each other a very long time ago, coming up, and I'm glad that it's finally happening. But yeah, man, that's all I got to say. But also, I sent you a DM that's about King actually wanting to fight.
Yeah, I read it. I gotta try. I gotta see who's gonna take that fight. I actually got two welterweights, a 47 and a 45. So I sent the coach the IG to see if he want to do it, because those kids that I got are older. King is only 15.
Okay. I just thought that'd be a good look, like I mentioned before. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Nah, for sure.
I appreciate you, champ. That's all I got.
All right. Alex, what up? Shit. Alex, what's up? Go for it, champ.
Hey, yo, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yo, man, I gotta say, I saw, Gervonta Tank Davis tweeting the title. Bro, I dropped everything I was doing. There's just nothing better than talking about what Tank tweets. I think it should be like a daily segment because it is just like you just have to know everything he says or does. It just matters to me so much as a real boxing fan. Like, there's just nothing more exciting. Yo, he has a fight coming up. Who gives a fuck? Who did he tweet? Who is he talking shit to? Who is he saying he gonna punch and not really punch in real life? That's the kind of shit I want to talk about, and obviously the fans do too. I'm surprised it isn't a 9 a.m. show because I think we could do a 7-8 hour show on a Tank tweet. I think we could have callers counter punching. You got people talking about, well, I can't believe he said this, and then well, Tank doesn't even have to fight this guy. We know he's gonna beat him, so we don't have to see the fight. Let him just bring up another guy up from 122, 126, 130, and he can knock him out at 135. Or maybe he'll bring someone down and fight him at a rehydration clause at 5 pounds. Man, anyways, I'm very excited for the Boots fight, bro. Like, I really am. Stanionis is a very, very good welterweight. One of the better jabs we really see in today's boxing. Relies on it, to really settle his distance. He has a very tight guard. He's a guy that honestly we haven't really been able to see too much of because of that whole Virgil Ortiz debacle, man. Just first something happened to him, then Virgil. We all know about it, and it just kind of stinks because Stanionis is he's super solid, a guy that I think will give any welterweight issues with that jab. And I can understand why the odds are plus 300. Like, as a boxing fan, when I look at him versus Boots, I see it as closer. But because he's only had 1 or 2 fights in the last 3.5 years, like you have to favor Boots. So I can understand why the odds makers made it as it is. Yeah, man, it's good to see these type of fights. Shout out Turkey Al Sheik for laying out the map, man. Saying these guys are gonna fight, they're gonna fight, they're gonna match up. Winners move on, losers can move on, fight each other, man. This is what's gonna help move the sport. No, you know what? My bad. No, it's not. Fuck the fights. I want to see more Tank tweets, bro. Please, yo, can we do like a live screen share of Gervonta Tank Davis Twitter, please? Hey man, I gotta go, man. Appreciate the time.
Shout out Vega, illest troll around. Ahmed, what up?
Yes. Yes, Des, man. Could you hear me?
Loud and clear, man.
Yeah, first of all, I gotta get your thoughts on, with this fight. Obviously, it's a good fight, it's unification, but they're putting up the Ring magazine on the line. Do you reckon that's the right thing to do? Because I don't know if
Absolutely.
I'd agree with that.
I mean, that's the 1 and 2. I mean, based off rankings, they're the 1 and 2. Based off what's left in the
Universal?
division, yeah, based what's left in the division, Stanionis and Boots have fought the best opposition. Look at what Brian Norman is fighting. He went from fighting Boca Chica getting dropped to beating Stantilian to fighting Cuevas. And granted, he had an injury, so tune-ups are necessary, but the other two guys are the top welterweights. They've proven it.
All right, I thought it was a bit more subjective between Stanionis and Norman for this reason, because of how
I guess
how
the
inactive
argument.
Stanionis is.
The
Yeah,
only,
that's what I was gonna say. How
the only argument is Barrios, but he beat a faded Ugas. Stanionis fought Butayev, and we see how difficult Karen is.
I wouldn't pull. I think Boots is number one by default. I think is between Norman and Stanionis because of one reason. Because of what happened with Stanionis and Virgil Ortiz. Like, he didn't really fight that often because of that whole debacle. And since the Butayev fight, he hasn't, I think, even fought more than once, did he? Some of it wasn't his fault, but that's what I think is between him and Norman, because in that time Norman did have a good win, but I'm just glad the fight's happening. I think the Normans did mess up, but do you reckon we'll see more of these guys just fighting on other networks? Because now that the PBC, it looks like they're either gonna go to another network or have less dates. It seems like a lot of these guys are just going over other networks or other promotional companies, because Barrios' last fight was on Netflix, and now Stanionis is fighting on a Matchroom show.
Yeah, I mean, but they sent an offer to Stanionis, so that's why it's a Matchroom show. But I'm not gonna lie that the writing looks like all the fighters are headed to the zone, because one by one, I mean, I hope they say the Keith fight is on the zone, because Paro beat Jock Jarvis, Brock Jarvis on the zone, and all his fights have been on the zone. But who knows if a PBC Amazon Prime announcement is coming?
What about David? Do you reckon David would has still got some sort of long-term deal with PBC? Because I know he resigned, David Benavidez. He's the only, I think, other star apart from Tank, and Tank's gonna retire, seems like.
Nah, David and his father, they in there long term. They've done plenty of interviews stating that.
All right. That's all I got. Thanks for taking my call.
All right, champ. Joe Pilot, what it do?
Yo, all right, man. Look like it's a slow day in boxing. We got Tank. Tank's still part of his weekly tantrum. He's still pissed about not being at the ring. That's what this is all about. Really,
I mean, I think it's more than the tweet. For me, it's more like writing on the wall of a potential fight that you're gonna bring someone else up.
Yeah, but not Ford. I don't think though. I think he's just beefing with Ford because Ford is cool with Kerr. You feel me? Yo, Ness, you better be easy too. You from Jersey too. You feel me? You don't want to be part of that trifecta because Tank is he's gonna go to Turkey, get that bag, man, and go fight Shakur. Feel me? Raymond Ford might be a casualty of war if he ain't careful how he's typing. Feel me? You know how Tank gets, man.
You heard
Tank
what he
gets
said,
angry.
man. You're gonna have to show him.
Oh, say no more. So Tank, you Tank. Now you gotta pull out your G card, man. Better not decline. Come on, Tank. You gotta do it for B more, man. Yo, Tip, call in, man. You gonna fight for your cousin, Tip? What up, man? You fighting for Tank? Ford gonna have some goonies with him too, man. Oh, he's only your cousin when you're trying to pick up some shorties, huh? Not when it's time to fight though. But yeah, and Stanionis versus Boots, that's a that's a good scrap right there. But Stanionis had a tough fight last with Maestre, man. Maestre is a big dude and he can crack. He knocked out that prospect into oblivion. He hasn't been seen since. Ever since Maestro knocked out that kid, I never seen him again. Um, but yeah, you feel me? That was a good little fight. This gonna be a close fight, man. I'm already calling it. Feel me? And Boots is talking about he want to move up. Is it possible he's gonna be drained? You know, a little bit on the drain side. Stanionis is a smaller welterweight. He'll come in healthy, you know, not straining himself to make the weight. Bow with the hard jab. Boots out here trying to do the matrixing right into the jab. It's gonna be crazy. Then the Sunday after is gonna be great. It's gonna be a great one. I already know it's gonna be a close fight. Oh, but yeah, no one's talking about Steven Nelson and Pacheco. What's the word, man? Why no one calling in about Nelson, the 36-year-old contender? He finally got to, man. He's the everyday common man, grinding every day, chasing his dream. No one's calling in, hyping this man up. What's up with y'all? Ain't y'all seen bro? Y'all should have seen his boxing trunks last time he fought. He had the Tupacs. He had the underwear with the bottom sagging, bro. This man went crazy. Y'all don't appreciate anything until it's gone. We ain't never gonna see that in boxing again, man. That's what Steven Nelson's bringing to this fight, man. You feel me? No, sir, nah. Steven Nelson's coming, coming around 200 pounds, coming to fight. Big sturdy guy. Pacheco, I don't know, them shaky legs. Hopefully he stays on balance and he can do his thing. You feel me? Man, Billy looking like he ducked Pacheco. Lelisajo's ducking Pacheco. Bro, Pacheco's the new monster. That's crazy. Jose Benavidez Sr. got a new monster on his hands. At 168.
Did you
People don't
not
want to
hear?
fight him.
Did you not hear the footage of Bomac saying he gonna be okay because he got a degree after this loss?
You may feel like it's your time,
Yeah, that's
but
Bomac.
it's
But I'm
not
talking
your
about
time.
the TBV community. Where they at? Why they ain't hyping up Nelson? They ain't hyping him up.
Nah, I mean,
Feel me?
I already tried to get them to rally behind Nelson, thinking that they was because of him being Bud's sparring partner, and that's the main reason they think he's gonna be Canelo, right? But nah. But that is the bell, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Let me throw these glasses on. Where the hell they go? Shit. Gotta send the link to. Oh, I gotta send the link to Mercado. James, jump in with your counterpunch, cause I will be sending the link to Mercado in a sec.
Yo, Ness,
Yo,
you
my
said Mercado
glasses
comes
is
up.
on my face. Lord have mercy. I'm going crazy. Go
That's
ahead,
the old
champ.
nigga shit. That's the old nigga shit.
Looking
It's
for
all
my
good,
shit on
man.
my face.
Yo, hey Ness, man. Just to respond back to Charles's question earlier, man. He said name a welterweight that is better or would probably beat up on what Karen. That shit's crazy, man. Because you remember the first fight, man, which we all can't forget, was so uneventful, and Karen was just showing us how great of a track star he is. So with that being said, I mean, I think the young legs of a Brian Norman probably could hunt him down and probably spark him out. Um, Shit, Barrios definitely he's skilled because he's skilled enough to probably stop him. And also, I think Barrios is probably the most elite welterweight of the class right now, even with the new welterweights with Ryan Garcia, the Devin Haney, and the upcoming Teofimo Lopez. I mean, it's a whole shitload of names that's better than Karen. I think Karen is outside the top 10 or even top 15. So we're going to give Boots credit for that win. Shit's crazy. That's nasty work. But also, Ness, what I don't like for Steven Nelson is he realizes what we all realize for him is that he's 36 years old and this is his first big break. He looks like a desperate fighter. So a desperate fighter can be a extremely dangerous fighter in the ring. So with that being said, I think there's only two outcomes for the fight. I think one, he's going to get sparked out by Diego Pacheco early in the fight, or I believe he's going to somehow rule and brawl his way to a nasty decision, one or the other. But I'm more than likely willing to put my money on Diego sparking him out. Other than that, Ness, man, I ain't got much. I know I ain't used my time for both these counters, so just enjoy the other half, man. Shout out to you and shout out to the community as always, Ness. I appreciate you. Peace.
All right. So shout out to Sean Zattel. Sean Zattel with the on-hand footage for today. This is Terrence Crawford sizing up Pachequito. Little Pachequito.
I said, he asked me if I'm promoting Crawford Kill. I said, I'm not involved in
Pacheco! Oh, man. Hey, listen, Eddie. I might have to, yeah. Don't make me come up.
You see, the thing is, if you're gonna go up to 168 pounds, this is the kind. You know what I mean? This is. I mean, you look about 180 pounds already.
He gonna be coming for me.
You think so? Yeah. Why is he gonna beat your man?
Huh?
Man, we gonna stop him. Yeah. Man, we gonna stop him.
There you go. Where you come from?
Where you come from?
There you go. Cut your hair, bro. Please go tell him to cut your hair, bro.
Man, we gonna stop him.
Look, let me tell you the difference between Diego and your boy.
He going to sleep.
Look. Your boy went to the military. He did good. Your boy learned how to cut hair. Your boy learned how to be a mechanic. He do everything. All he knows how to do is fight.
That's sad. Man, that's time. They trying to play that against Steven Nelson, that he's multi-talented. And then, obviously Pacheco, all he does is fight. So that was a pretty quick, pretty nice little curveball there they hit him with. We got Fat First $10 super chat, $10. First super chat of the day. Tay Doe 240. Boots disrespect is vomiting emoji. Hipster boxing fans trying to be cool after the first Karen fight. Boots is your favorite active fighter. Okay, so he's your favorite fighter's active fighter. Boots, TKO. I don't know these TKO and my boy Stanionis Holmes. 619 Cali Factor, welcome to the prospect level. Casual Jerry with the fat $10 super chat. And he says, I respect the hustle. Shout out TBV. Salute to you, champ. Jaywalk with the $2. Butayev would beat Karen. I would like to see that. Butayev is a tough fight for anyone because he's dirty. He's certainly not the cleanest fighter out. You feel me? Salute James with the $10 King Counter. And we got Cali Factor in the 619, $2 Ness. I got Nelson stopping Pacheco. Okay, salute to you. First person to actually step up and pick him. H-Town, what it do?
Guys, can you hear me?
Yep.
H-Town, baby. Hey, shout out Steve Nelson. He's got a future of making a short for Bud after the Pacheco fight, He's always going to be a good seamstress. He got a future, so he's going to be all right. He'll be making money, man. Pacheco's that young lion, man. He's the one who's going to put him away. He's the future. And, hey, man, why all these fucking Boost fans keep on forgetting that he catches left hooks like crazy? He don't parry them. He don't do nothing. He takes them flush to the jaw. Wait till he gets with a puncher. And I think Stanionis is that puncher. He could punch hard enough to put him out. I got him stopping him there. Some lugs is going out of here, man. Them boots are cheap. The seam's coming off of them. They ain't got no thread. They got that plastic in them. I'm out.
All right. Salute. Inevitable.
What's up, my brother? It's inevitable. D-Block, D-Town, DC, D-Ville, coming at you live from the greatest city of all time, Dallas, Texas. Facts! What's up, Primo? You good, brother?
You know it.
Man, are you excited? I'm so excited, man. We finally got boxing back in America, the way it's supposed to be made. And for the Ring Magazine, Stanionis, Boots Ennis, it's one of the best welterweight matchups you can have right now. The only thing that I'm puzzled right now is, will Mario Barrios be a part of this tournament? Because people been saying he's been ducking and dodging the elites of the welterweight divisions. We know that Teofimo Lopez will be a part of it. Devin Haney is coming right there, and we know that Ryan Garcia will be established at 147. What do you think the plans are for Mr. Mario missing Barrios?
I mean, there's always been that rumor of the Pacquiao fight. But other than rumors, I don't know, bro. I don't know. He
Do
did
you
have a
think he's
tough
the
fight
weakest
though.
link, though?
You got to
Yeah,
understand, he had a tough fight
yeah,
with
you're right.
Abel Ramos. That shit wasn't. He didn't expect that. But this is
They do
Tito
expect that.
Mercado, brother. I'm sorry. I will get
No,
right
you good,
back
my
to you.
brother.
All right.
No, you good. You good.
Come back and I got you. Tito, what it do?
What's up?
Oh man, you on fire today, man. I was trying to meet you, but I didn't think I'd make it to the Luxor and back in time. And I didn't want to just do an in-person. You know, obviously the podcast is different from video interviews, but I plan on meeting you in person tomorrow. We're both here in Vegas. Appreciate you coming on, and I appreciate you being you, man. You know, you gave me
Yeah.
a couple years ago, you gave me that same fiery Ernesto Mercado that the world got to see today. And all this left is for you to knock out Pedraza so they could, you know, see what everyone else has been seeing for a few years now, man. But how's it feel to be in Vegas on the big stage?
Man, it's exciting, to fight in Vegas. It's my first time fighting in Vegas as a pro, and to see your, obviously, I'm not the main event, but to see your, banner kind of every, like hotel little announcement thing they got, it's been getting me excited, man. And the whole build up to this fight, being in Vegas, fighting Pedraza, who's been a, former world champion, Puerto Rican, man, the whole build has been great, man. I'm just excited. I can't wait, man. I'm gonna have fun Saturday.
Bruh, I almost spit my drink out when you said I'm about to beat this puñeta up. Cause I've never heard that like that. And listen, all my children, not both, all my children are Puerto Rican. I've never heard it used that way. It was just hilarious to me. I had to play it for my wife who's also Puerto Rican. Uh,
Yeah.
but I wanted you to clear something up for the people that are mistaken. There's a bunch of people online that believe that when you said you'll beat Keyshawn's daddy up, you meant Bud Crawford, but you were talking about Andy Cruz, who was sitting next to you, right?
Yeah, I was talking about Andy Cruz. I wasn't talking about Crawford. I mean, that has no like relation to it, so them confusing that makes no sense.
Exactly, exactly. But it's crazy that that kind of went under the radar. How did Cruz react when you said that? Because he loves to call himself Keyshawn's daddy. Did he even pick it up that you were talking about him himself?
Yeah, he knew. He smiled a little bit, but he's smart. He know better to just keep his mouth shut. I was right next to him. I was give him a little slap right there. You would have said something crazy, but nah, he was cool. He was just enjoying the show. He was glad that for me, I guess I was right there going back and forth with Keyshawn's team, and it was fun, man.
I'm excited to see how he does with Omar Sarcido, and I mean Cruz. But before I get into that, did you watch his last fight with Antonio Moran?
I didn't. I saw some highlights. I heard that Cruz got hurt, but I know ultimately he got the stoppage on it. But Morana, I don't know, man. I don't think he's really a good fighter. So for him to hurt Cruz and kind of, I heard he had him shooken up a little bit. That's kind of concerning.
Yeah. Um, you seem to be exactly what boxing fans want. You know, you already built up a great resume. Credit to your father, for putting you in with such amazing opposition without a big box promoter. Now you're with Eddie. You say the right things. Do you feel that you're going to be able to get in that mix? Because it seems like everyone moved up now to 47, right?
Yeah, I mean, really just Devin and Ryan. I feel that moved us to 47, or at least we're on talks
Tito,
to move him to 47.
Tio's
Oh, Tio's moving to 47.
supposedly he got a 3-fight deal with Turkey Al Sheik, and the first one is allegedly a unification with Hitchens. Then the next fight is Boots at 47.
Got you. I mean, look, those guys are good guys. Obviously, big names, but there's still a lot of names at 35, 40. Like I said, you still got Keyshawn, you still got Shakur, you got Richards and Hitchens. You still got a lot of guys there, and once I clean out the whole division, man, I have no problem going to 47. I'm a big guy. I could go up to 47 as long as the opportunity makes sense and all that. I have no problem going up to 47 for Ryan or a Haney or Teofimo.
Now, is it what comes first? Could you stick around? Because you're going up. Could you stick around for Shakur, who's 5 pounds below?
Yeah, I mean, he talks all this shit online, man, saying that he could go up to 47 today. So, I mean, as long as I feel like I got something that maybe he might want, a belt, then I think we could definitely make that happen and not wait for him. You feel me? As long as, he's not Twitter talking the whole time, he really about it, about to take that fight, then I'll stick around for him and Keyshawn if they both want it. I'll do one at a time first. It don't matter who I spank.
Now, you have a lot of energy, let's say, for Keyshawn. You guys obviously fought in the amateurs and you felt you won, but he got the decision, correct?
No, we never fought. We never fought. We were supposed to get a box off, and they just denied my box off, and they said no matter how many times I beat him, they was not gonna give me the spot anyway. They said I could beat him 100 times. They're gonna give him to him. They invested too much money. So,
Oh,
with that being said, man, so I never even got in the ring with him. So I mean, it's not so much his fault. It's obvious just the politics of boxing, man. But that was my Olympic dream, man. So I got to take it on somebody, and since I can't get them in the ring, I got to whoop somebody's ass, and unfortunately, it's Keyshawn Davis.
what did you think of his performance with Gustavo? Someone that Hitchens had a good fight with.
I thought he looked great. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, damn, he looked good. But Gustavo Limos ain't Tito Mercado. For me, we not in the same pedigree. Gustavo Limos is a one-dimensional fighter. That style worked out perfectly for Keyshawn, who just comes in, and Keyshawn's obviously a good counterpuncher and an inside fighter. So that style just worked out perfectly. But with Tito Mercado, it's gonna be like I said, man, it's gonna be a disaster in there for Keyshawn.
Now, we all can hear how competitive you are, and with the fact that you've always had words for Keyshawn, this is an important fight for you because this is a common opponent.
Yeah. No, it is no. I mean, every fight's an important fight. Any fight could derail my whole career, but this fight, obviously Keyshawn fought him last, and this guy fought man world champions and or guys that were ready to fight for a world title, and I think me beating the hell out of this guy, and knocking him out, in Vegas, I think it shows that I belong in that same category. For talks for a world title fight, or just in mentions of these big names, man. Because I want to get in there, I want to get in the mix. I feel like I got everything that it takes. I got the personality, I got the the excitement in the ring. I knock dudes out, and then that's really what boxing needs.
Now, are you expecting a different version of Pedraza? Because remember, Keyshawn brought him down in that weight that he hadn't fought at in many years. Now, you guys are fighting at 140, correct?
We fighting at we fighting at catchweight at 143.
Okay, wow. So you're giving him even more weight. He's gonna be a
Yes.
lot fresher than he was for it's less struggle, right? I mean, you're the fighter, not me. Is it gonna be easier for him to make weight than it was when he fought Keyshawn or what?
Oh, for sure, man. I mean, Keyshawn, when he fought him, you could tell they had literally nothing from the first round. It was kind of all just air punches, and I expect him to come out, obviously, like you said, a lot fresher, a lot more energy. I expect his power to be a little better than it was at 35 because he was drained. And I expect him to come out here, man, and do what he tried to do to Keyshawn. Come over, try to walk me down, but I know once he feels that power, man, he's gonna be in his back pedal. But I expect a way better version of Pedraza than the one Keyshawn fought.
So I got a couple of questions from the people before we let you go. First one is coming from Pristine Sports Network in Virginia. He says, "Salute, champ. He says, I like that you talk trash. Who would you say is another good trash talker in boxing?"
Right now, man, really, I mean, just that retarded ass fool, Rolly. To be honest, Rolly right now probably runs his mouth the most, but he can't back it up. There's a difference between me and him. For me, I talk a lot of trash, but I've been backing up everything I've been saying so far. But probably Rolly.
Broly, wow. What do you think of his fight with Ryan that's been announced? They're fighting in May in Times Square, New York City.
I think that's a better fight for Ryan. I'm like publicity wise than Isak Cruz, and I think it's gonna be a good fight, man. I think Ryan's gonna knock him out, but the whole build up to that fight, I think they're definitely gonna be able to sell a lot just because they both got a unique personality per se.
James Valdez in San Antonio, Texas. Which champ at 140 would challenge you the most and why?
What challenges me the most? I don't know, man. Right now, I kind of feel the whole division is kind of weak right now. I mean, you got dudes like Ryo and Richardson Hitchenson's who, damn, I think they're probably one of the sorriest champions. But man, if I had to give a guess, man, probably are the champions probably since
Damn,
Haney's
yo,
moving up.
Tito, you gotta destroy Pedraza. You be talking hella. Yo, you said Rayo. Yo, Rayo did his thing. I mean, I get it. Styles make fights, but not
Yeah.
everybody could outbox Isak Cruz because of his pressure. Like you didn't respect that performance. That was
No,
a
I thought he did a good performance, but it's not hard to out. As long as you can move in your feet, you could outbox Rolly. I mean, you could outbox Pitbull Cruz. It's not too hard. You just gotta be able to move in your feet. I thought he did a good. I thought he did a good performance. I thought he won, but that doesn't change my whole opinion on him. I think he's a mediocre fighter. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see him holding that title too long. I feel like Gary Anton Russell can maybe take that title from him. I'm gonna be honest with you,
But did you
and I have
watch?
no problem beating his ass. But he only fights once a year.
Did you watch the Puello fight?
With Gary Russell, yeah, I did watch it. I think Puello's probably the most I want to say tricky, but he got a little weird style and he's kind of a big guy. I mean, I guess out of the I'm assuming he's champion now since Devin Haney's going to 47.
Yeah.
I would assume probably maybe he'll probably give me the toughest challenge, but he don't really throw too much. I mean, I'm not really worried about him, but I guess he's probably the best one at 40 out of the champions that I see.
I can't wait for Saturday, bro. I mean, Saturday, I'm expecting you to beat this guy. I got a little group, and they think Pedraza won't make it past 5 with you. So, I don't know. I didn't know it was a catch weight at 143. I think that changes everything. I think you'll get a fresh
No,
version of Pedraza. I don't even think he's ever fought above 140. So you'll get a fresher version. And he's always been a good in and out style, like watered, not
no,
like
he
a different version of a Lomachenko because of his in and out footwork. He's tricky. We'll see,
Yeah,
man.
he ain't no Lomachenko, but yeah, he definitely tries to do his little weird little moves. But man, I see me just catching him, man, when he does all that little weird shit. I see me catching him, and I just hope he comes in, man, with that same energy. Like I said, I mean, before the whole fight, he was coming in all crazy, and then now when I seen him in person, he real humble. So we're gonna see. I hope he come with that energy, man. And I know once I catch him with that shot, I'm taking him out. Feel me? That's Vegas, man. I gotta put somebody out, and I'm gonna put his ass out.
Oh man. Octo says, "Yo, champ, what's your favorite candy? And tell us one fun fact about yourself."
My favorite candy is probably a Hershey's with the almonds in it. That's for sure, the chocolate. And then a fun fact about myself. Damn, let me see. That's a good question. Let me see. I don't know. I mean, I kind of I don't. Damn, fun fact about myself. Shit. I mean, my shoe size is a size 12. I don't know if that's a fun fact, but I got a big ass foot for not being that big.
Oh man, that means you got good balance. Hopefully, we got Matthew
Yeah.
Phoenix. Excited to see you fight this weekend. How many miles do you run a day to maintain game shape? Continue the hard work, champ.
It just depends. You feel me? It just depends on what we got that day, whether it's sparring or whatever. But I would say usually, man, consistently, maybe 3 to 6 miles. But we always switch up with track work and sprints and agility. So always switching up. But if you're talking about long distance, probably nothing more than like 6, 7 miles.
I got Carter from Tampa, Florida. What's good, champ? Who's been your toughest fight so far and why?
My toughest fight is probably the fight I did in Nicaragua, just because the whole climate thing. Like when I fought against Indo Henny, who he was a good fighter, man, but he had a real awkward style. I know he put some fucking baby oil in himself because I couldn't hit him with a damn body shot, kept slipping off, and it was just. I guess the thing that I learned most about that fight was my ability to be able to adapt regardless of being tired. After the first round, I was dead tired. The humidity over there and the climate really messed with me. We only got there like 2 3 days before, so that kind of affected my performance a lot. But I think that one probably just because he had a lot of weird little tricks, the little movements he did.
Malcolm from New York City. Assuming you take care of business, do you see yourself taking on the step up fights like Brandon Lee or Montana Love? You are one of
Well,
my
Montana,
favorite 140. I'm sorry. You are one of my favorite
yeah.
140 pounders, and I'm dying for you to jump up with the young talent salute.
No, for sure. I want to say Montana Love's really a step up. I think me fighting him is a step down, to be honest with you. But Brandon Lee could get it. I don't know how active he is, but that's
Just
definitely that
signed
should
to
be
Frank
easy
Warren.
fight to make.
He
Yeah, he's fine signed with Frank Warren. That should be easy fight to make between him and Eddie. If they want to do a 5v5 on Queensberry, I could finally, get Eddie a win on one of those. But if Brandon if Brand, if Brandon Lee won it, I know he had bad luck. These fighters are not performing for him. Somebody got to go over there and give him a win.
Nah, you got the right personality, man. That was sharp. We got Boxing Talk Up North from Ryan Frazier. He says, who would you want next if the fight was presented? Shakur, Keyshawn, or Andy Cruz?
I mean, it would be between Shakur and Keyshawn. Andy Cruz is just like a bonus, but I think probably should. Damn, that's hard, man. I'd probably say Keyshawn first if I had my way, but if not, obviously I'll beat up Shakur, and I know Keyshawn gonna get angry about it, and I will whoop his little ass too. Yeah.
Oh, man. We got 450 that says, let's go, champ. Do you think stopping Pedraza will make a statement?
Yeah, I don't think just stopping him though, man. Everybody kind of, I mean, besides Tank, Keyshawn stopped him on his feet and he was a dehydrated Pedraza. I think it'll make more of a statement when I knock his ass out. I want to put him out and just retire his ass, to be honest with you. But I want to put on a great performance. I feel like Keyshawn's wasn't that great. A lot of these guys looking a little sloppy with him. I want to clean it up and show that I belong there.
We got Capicu. He says, do you see yourself moving up in weight and how high?
Yeah, I definitely see myself moving up. I want to capture some titles here first, though, at every weight class before I stop. But realistically, man, I think 160. Damn, man, if I really fill out, you never know. Maybe 168, but I think for sure 160 I could fill out too.
We got our resident hater. Yo, he's terrible making me read this. Tito, I personally don't think you can even beat Blair Cobbs or Brandon Lee.
Damn.
Good luck with Eddie Hearn.
Damn, Blair Cobb's at 147 though. But Blair Cobbs, come on now, don't disrespect me like that. I don't know who the hell that is. You gotta get him. You gotta get him off the podcast, Ness. You gotta get him off the podcast chat. You don't know what he's talking about. He drunk. He's sleepy.
We got James in Atlanta that says, do belts matter, champ? Because most of the big money fights around your weight class are people without belts. So do belts and legacy matter or getting paid with names?
Uh, that one it's like 50-50. I think sometimes the belts do matter. That way you're able to get these fights, but I think it really matters about name nowadays. Back then I think it was more about belts. Now you really gotta have a name. I mean, look at Ryan Garcia. He never became a world champion. And he's able to get these big fights. So I think it's definitely now about the name and just marketing yourself and being exciting in the ring.
Huang out of Houston says, your name is ringing in these boxing streets. Do you think you'll be an avoided boogeyman that gets downplayed as Crawford was?
Um, I do feel like I'm gonna be avoided, but I wouldn't say so much. I don't know, man, because I got me and Crawford are in two different situations as far as personality. Crawford's a little bit less marketable. He don't really talk as much. I feel like I'm gonna be able to get these fights because of the way I could promote a fight. Obviously, I get knockouts. Crawford's a great fighter. No disrespect to him, but I think we're in two different scenarios. So I think I'll be able to. I'm gonna be avoided, but I think I'll be able to get these big fights in.
For sure, champ. Well, those are all our questions, man. Thank you so much. I know it's fight week. I don't want to keep you too long, but
Yeah.
appreciate the time as always, and I look forward to meeting you this week.
Likewise, bro. Appreciate
All
it.
right, bro.
Stay
There you have
tuned. January 25th. Yep.
Let's get it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Ernesto Mercado. And yes, of course, that was Tip Bellis hating like that, having me read hateful shit. We got 3 Dub, $2. Bernie was mad at the presser. Told Canelo versus Bud, done. I mean, we all knew that. We all knew that. Listen, any Turkey Al Sheik rumors that is being written about, reposted, on Twitter or X and Instagram from the ring itself, man, take that shit as law. Look, we was talking a couple days ago about Boots and Stanionis because the ring said so, and now it's official. We was talking about the Devin and Ryan fight because the ring said so, and Ali Sheik made it official. Yeah, man, they bring in restoring faith back into the Bible of boxing, you know? Now you know when they post something, shit is real. And I like it like that. I like it like that. Juan out of Houston, what up?
Yo, yo, yo,
Yo.
man, I gotta address the 147 thing. Uh, who at 147 can handle Karen? Do I, you really want me? I got fingers and toes, so I'm gonna have to count them off. Alexis Rocha, Blair Cobbs, Abel Ramos, ain't none of them champs. You know what I'm saying? It's like we could go on and on. And you know what? And I really don't want to hate on Boots right now because actually I was like today I was coming in just like thank you. Fine. Like I was appreciating Boots for the first time. I was like, man, Stanionis been getting fucked over for the last 2-3 years. Man, I appreciate you stepping to the plate because after 33 fucking bouts and you ain't fought nobody that matters really. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you finally stepped into this role. You know what I'm saying? But on the cool man with Steven Nelson, man, I love Steven Nelson. You know, I'm a Bud fan. My sisters live in Omaha. I be up in the Omaha all the time, so I'm partial to it. But Pacheco gonna box the shit out of Steven Nelson. It's gonna be a great fight. I'm not thinking it's gonna be a knockout. You know what I'm saying? And but what I want to talk about is the Salido Salcido. What's that boy that knocked out Chris Colbert or TKO'd him? Omar Salcido.
Yeah.
Man, my pops called me and told me, "Hey, put $100 on it for me." I was like, "Man, you that confident?" So, man, now I'm excited about it. And I wasn't even really looking to watch. I mean, I was gonna watch it, but looking to pay that much attention to him. But man, I just don't. I gotta go with Pacheco on this one. That's my prediction, man. Pacheco, it's gonna go the distance. I don't think he's gonna knock out Nelson. Nelson's he's strong. Let's say it like that. He's strong. You know what I mean? And I think we're gonna be in for a good one. But I'm excited about that card. You waking up in the morning to do a fight show?
For Inoue?
Yeah.
I might, man. You know, I'll be up early. I just need the exact time to make it easy for myself.
Well,
But
I looked on the
I'm
internet.
up
They said
early.
the ring walk gonna be 5 Eastern or 5 Central, something like that.
Send it to my DM so I
So
can see it myself. Cause Central
okay.
Time, 5 Eastern is nasty work. That means it's 3 a.m. Pacific. No, 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's crazy.
Yeah, you way over
I
there.
would have to
Yeah, I
stay. I
work.
would have to stay up and shit.
Oh, you ain't gonna get the morning show. Well, you know what? You could probably just wake up for the Inoue fight. Set your alarm. Get up right before that. But I'm gonna look for the ring walk time in Century. Because I was looking at it earlier. I was like, damn, I wake up about that time. I might get up 30 minutes earlier. Just so I can, you know what I'm saying? Be parked up at the job site watching the fight. Because it'll be the main event. From what I saw, I was telling myself, oh, that's going to be like right when I'm pulling up to the job site. I'm going to try to catch it in this. But yeah, man, Omar Salcido, be looking out for him, man. He going to do his thing this weekend, hopefully. Because he was a plus 630. My dad's like, what are the odds? And I was like, Pops, it's 630. If you put that 100, it's going to pay 630. He's like, he's going to do it. I said, all right. You know what I'm saying? Just give me my $100 if you don't, either way. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I got, man. TVV, like and subscribe.
You the man, champ. If you want to call in, Discord,
You
Twitter
may feel like it's your
Spaces,
time,
X Spaces,
but
that's
it's not your time.
available. Voice your opinion. Voice of the People hotline. We got Jaywalk with the $2. He says, I like this MF. I can't front. He want to fight. And he's talking about Ernesto Tito Mercado. I've been telling y'all about him, man. I've been telling y'all. I just hope, he don't freeze under the lights because he already had the tough fights. His father did a phenomenal job finding him fights. Like, look, he fought Dondini in Nicaragua, bro. Like, his father, if he was more vocal, people would be having him for manager of the year for sure. You know, he got Tito in his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th fight. He fought Jason Velez. Albert Bell just fought Jason Velez. In his 8th fight, his father, and I say his father because they just signed. They just signed the Matchroom. They just signed the Matchroom. His father was doing this shit out of his pocket. In his 8th fight, he knocked out Jason Velez in 6. 8th fight. Think about that. Abdullah Mason is on his 15th fight, and he's on his 6th 8th rounder. This was Tito's second 8th rounder, and he knocked out Jason Velez. I said, oh, who the fuck is this kid? Started interviewing him. He knocked out Jose Angulo. He got the Hank Lundy fight, knocked him out in 1 round. And this one I really got pissed off because they didn't rank him. Kurt Scooby turns around and fights Hank Lundy and knocks him out in more rounds on OTX. And because he did it on TV, he gets ranked. But that's cool. That's his, this was 8, 9, 10th fight. Think about when Bud Crawford fought Hank Lundy. This kid fought him in his 10th fight and knocked him out in 1 before Kurt Scooby. Cool. Devin was like 27-0 when he fought Doc Dondini. Or 22, something like that. You do the math. Go check when Devin fought this kid right here that I'm screen sharing on BoxRec. Go check it. And he fought him in Nicaragua, and you heard him. Climate change got there 3 days late, so he didn't even feel good. Still did 10 rounds with that. Go look at when Shakur fought Jeremiah Nakatilia. I said go look, because I know some of y'all got bad car radios and you using Bluetooth speakers from the dollar store. Go look at when Jeremiah fought Shakur Stevenson. How many fights did Shakur have? How many does Tito got? Go look at that performance from Shakur versus Nakatilia and come and look at Tito Mercado knock out Nakatilia in 2. You know? And now we about to smoke the boots of Jose Pedraza. No disrespect to him. A Caribeño friend, but, he's just on the wrong side of this one. Boxing Fight Game, what up? RRT Boxing with Mr. A, $5. I got Andy Cruz by ref stoppage. Hashtag Hardin, 3 faces in Hardin. Smoke. Casual Jerry, $5. Have you decided if you're doing a fight chat for a new way? I'll be here if so. Hashtag casual. Yeah, I mean, that's the goal, right? That is the goal. I need the hipsters to give me the right time. The exact time. Because the word is born, I woke up too early for the last one we did. Who was that? A new way? When I was in DR, whoever that late ass fight was. Boxing Fight Game. Okay, trying you a second time. Trying you a second time. Damn browser.
Yo.
We hear you.
How's it going, man?
How you doing?
What's new, man? What's new in the world of boxing today?
We talking Tank's Twitter exchange with Raymond Ford, and we're talking Jaron Ennis and Eimantas Stanionis being officially done. And we're talking
Ooh, yeah, I
Pacheco.
heard about that.
Pacheco face off with Bomac teasing Pacheco. We're talking Tito Mercado stealing the show at the press conference. We're talking boxing, fight week.
Yes, Pacheco is fighting this week. I watched his highlights from his last fight, and that kid is good. That kid is very good.
Agreed.
As for Tank, I think Tank's just going through one of them phases, man. I mean, look at this. It's been, 4 or 5 months now. He keeps delaying this fight. Now he's fighting in March. And it's not a big fight, is it? Let's be honest. He's fighting, what's he fighting? Lamont Roach. It's not a big fight, is it? So he's going to win that fight. But we're going to see Tank against the likes of Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson. You know, these big fights out there. Build a legacy. He hasn't done anything special yet in boxing to be anywhere near the likes of, Floyd Mayweather. And I just think this whole tantrum thing that he does, it's ridiculous, man. We've got the same problem here in the UK. We've got Tyson Fury last week saying that he's retiring from boxing. But we all know he ain't retiring from boxing. We all know he wants to fight Anthony Joshua. He just wants some big money. It's all about the money, brother.
I don't know, man. If it was about the money, Tank would have had a sit down with Alex Shake already, man.
Believe me, brother, that's gonna happen. Look at what's his name again, Oscar De La Hoya last year at the Day of Reckoning press conference. Turkey El Sheikh said, when asked about Oscar De La Hoya, he said, well, he wasn't bothered. But then Oscar De La Hoya is now in the mix. Canelo Alvarez is now in the mix. Tank will be in the mix because when Turkey talks alone with the fighters, they all get on board.
I agree there, man. He definitely eliminates a lot of the bullshit.
100%. He cuts out the middlemen. He's talked straight to the fighters, and the fighters like that because the problem is that boxing is a business. Boxing has always been a business before it's a sport. And boxing for a long time was about how long you can stay undefeated. Not everybody is a Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd Mayweather was very smart in his career. What Turkey wants to do is he wants to, it doesn't matter if you lose your fight, you can still fight again. A bit like the UFC style.
Nah, I hear you, man. Some of these guys don't like that boxing is headed in that UFC model. They believe
but it's not your time.
We're gonna have a bunch of guys with losses. I'm hoping that it makes losses not matter.
No, it shouldn't, because look at the UFC. Look at the product of the UFC. You got someone like Max Holloway. He's lost so many fights, but then he still sells out arenas. People still love him. He won his last fight. It shouldn't matter. I mean, Alex Pereira, he's a good boxer. I mean, he's one of the UFC champions. He lost a fight against some guy called Israel Adesanya. Now he's still the best, Alex Pereira. So it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter at all in boxing if you lose, because look at the history of boxing. Muhammad Ali lost fights. George Foreman lost fights. Even the great Mexicans, not Manny Pacquiao, Rafael Marquez and the Morales and the Manny Pacquiao lost fight. It doesn't matter. The best boxers have lost fights. Oscar De La Hoya lost loads of fights. Roy Jones lost fights. Bernard Hopkins lost fights.
Absolutely, champ. But listen, that was the bell. Let me get to some other callers. Appreciate you checking in with us. Malcolm, check in. What it do?
Yo, you hear me?
Yep.
Shout outs to Boxing Boy. Start this off, Ness. Brandon Lee is a step up fight. What I mean by that, hear me out, it's young talent under his resume. You feel me? Because right now, if somebody was to try to break down and discredit this man's resume, they're just going to say, a guy like Lundy and Nakatilia and Pedraza, those 3 big wins, they're all older. You feel me? So I'd like to see him in there with some young talent.
You better go check when he fought Nakatilia. We talking about all older.
Yeah, how old was he?
Bro, he had like 1 loss to Shakur, right? Maybe Murataya beat him, and I don't even think so.
So I had to double check that, but that Brandon Lee fight's a good fight. I'm telling you, man. Before he steps up and tries to fight any of the bigger names, you feel me, is levels to this mess.
Bro,
but I fuck with Mercado because
has Brandon gotten a tune-up or a comeback fight under Frank yet? Because I don't even remember watching him.
I think he did. I could have swore he did.
Look, but neither one of us.
But they flew under the radar.
But neither one of us remember, and that's the issue, don't you think?
You're right. You feel me? But it's still a good fight, Ness. But yeah.
My man is with Matchroom, bro. He out here calling out Shakur, Hitchens, like people on his side of the street. I like the trajectory. I don't need him
and
looking
about
at
that,
Frank Warren.
He's getting a lot of slander on Twitter, man. They mad. They saying, who is he? You feel me? But a lot of these younger guys or anybody who's upcoming, they do this all the time. everybody's gonna call out the bigger names and say that they want to fight them. You feel me? So I don't see a problem with it as long as you're winning and you're knocking
But
shit
that's
out.
the thing.
I have no issue with it.
These dudes are saying, "Who is he?" Because they ain't educate themselves. You know, if they would have been following him like I was, and you know, look at this fight. This was Jason
Yeah,
Velez's 2022,
you
bro.
definitely
You know,
you
like
definitely put me on the Mercado. I'll give you credit for that. But I just want to go into
he
the
about
Boots
to
thing real quick
stand
before I
out.
burn through my call. I'm happy for this. This Boots Stanionis thing. I'm actually very happy for this. If I'm correct, you had Stanionis on here not too long ago, and he did say in 2025 he was gonna have that Boots fight happen, or he wanted it to happen. You feel me? And now look what happened. You know, Boots was saying that he wanted to get a unification after the whole Virgil Ortiz situation, and it just came to light. You know, so it's just a good move. I like it. In terms of the fight, I do think it's gonna be a very good fight. As long as I have Boots winning, I just hope he doesn't look for the KO. That's his issue sometimes. He's even said it in the interview that he likes looking for the knockout. I would just like for him to set it up and just let it come to his way. Stanionis isn't by no means any kind of bum. I don't know about the whole Triple G comparison. That was a little crazy from earlier. I think that was Big Gucci Nick. But he definitely has a chin. You know what I'm saying? He has a little gas tank on him, but he just gets hit a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's very doable for Boots. But again, it's just him not really looking for that knockout. You feel me? And I feel like there was something else I wanted to touch up on. Oh yeah, real quick, that NOA thing. I'm an NOA fan, bro. I'm not getting up early. I'm on vacation. I'm not gonna get up at 5:30 Eastern time. It's not happening. You feel me? It's a replacement. It's clipped. I'll just watch the highlights or I'll just rewatch that shit on ESPN. And then that whole Tank and Ford. Tank just does this all the time, especially when he has a fight lined up. You know, he's just talking crazy to everybody. He's gonna call out everybody except for Shakur. You feel me? So this is just Tank. It's just regular Tank shit. So as soon as his fight is done, he's just gonna go be quiet again and start posting his cryptid messages, and his fans are gonna get all fucking excited, and they panties is gonna get all wet because these niggas is weird. But yeah, that's all I got. Shout outs to the Boxing Voice, and yo, Ness, shout outs to you because you just ended your show like fucking 3 hours ago, and you're doing another one right now. So we definitely appreciate that, my brother. Keep grinding.
Appreciate you, champ. We got looking like James Benitez, member for 15 months on that champ level. Why did Boots request not to fight in Philly again? See, Boots look basic under the big lights. From Tank co-main to his hometown main event, both mid. How can you be the face of boxing with anxiety issues? Hey, man, you are just being very harsh, man. Maybe getting away from home, he deals with that. That's what they working on, right? Jerry Soriano, your lender for life, $5. Ness, Benavidez stayed at 168 for Canelo. He's never coming back. Pacheco era has begun. Monstro, el manito. Cuban flag, Mexican flag. La guerra de la tierra caliente. Fire emoji. Cuban flag, Mexican flag. 2-1-25. And he's talking about, obviously, La Guerra de la Tierra being David versus David, which will be in the Hardin studio for. We got Sin Innocently. What up? No sin. Damian Clark, I know you mad at me. You know, we had 4 interviews in the first show and it went 8 hours. I would appreciate if you give me a break. But these are 3 super late cash apps. Apologies. And this was during the JT Troy and King back and forth. He said he wasn't saying the kid wasn't it. JT be lying. And that's a $5 cash app. Then he come back and says, y'all dudes got to stop making shit up to fit. Another $5. And then another 5 and says, Bill and Hamza, the same. They don't Stop talking with the stop sign emoji. Salute to everybody who tuned into today's earlier show. You should definitely check it out. We have 4 exciting guests on, and it made for some great boxing talk. Got a bunch of people through their work day. Sin innocently trying you again. I hear you.
Oh, perfect. So I just find it funny, right? How when I used to bring up Karen about the movement, the amateur style, giving Boots problems, people told me it was a one and done. Now the second fight, he looked nasty. Now we seeing him fight a dude that came off the shelf in Stanionis. Look, I got Stanionis going to the decision. I don't think Boots stopping him. I don't think he dropping him. Maybe he hit him a couple of times with some clean shots, but that's about it. I'm not impressed by Boots. I said it before. He looked nasty in the second Karen fight. I just see like what they trying to do right now. You see, PBC didn't want to turn up Barrios or Stanionis. They both on the same side, so maybe they got something planned for Barrios. So you got Stanionis fighting Boots in Atlantic City. He going the distance and he gonna get a decision. I think he gonna look a lot better than people think. So as far as this go, I think Brian Norman could probably beat Stanionis. Like I know who he fighting. Like it looked trash, but you do see a lot of people give him respect off the Terrence Crawford and the Gervonta stuff in the gym. But I also want to talk about like nobody cares about Tank right now. Like you see, this is what he got to do. He got to talk about other stuff for people to be interested in his fights. I'm very disappointed. Like I'm not happy how he wanted to fight Lomachenko like all these years later when he talk about he want to retire now and all this. I hope after this Lamont Roach fight he do something for real because it looked nasty not fighting like 5-6 guys. But I also want to ask you about that Edgar Berlanga. What's good with Edgar Berlanga announcing his fight this week or next week? He fighting in March. Who he fighting? Gabe Rosado? So after he beat Gabe Rosado, he really going to try to push a belt fight with William Skull? How the IBF going to allow that? How many years Gabe a fight?
Yeah, I mean, you're not using the Gabe fight to get you ranked. He's already ranked.
Off the IBF, off of Vladimir Shishkin losing that decision, they're not giving him a chance?
I mean, that you act like that division is deep.
That's really show you the politics. Edgar Berlanga got the least fire opposition out of Diego Pacheco, a
He
lot of
not
guys,
he
and
not
people
even
getting more
ranked.
clout.
He not even ranked in the top 15. So he ain't getting that William Skull fight.
Just like they did McCory. McCory last minute talk about he top ranked for the what's it called WBA. That was out of nowhere. That's what the money do.
McCory was 175-pound IBO champ. He moved down for that fight. He was ranked. He was IBO champ. IBO
But
get
we
you
all
ranked.
know that. But we all know that different organizations, though, that's not the same thing because we seen it before. Like, oh, they not respecting certain sanctioning bodies.
Nah, for
So
sure.
we seen WBC champions don't get a shot with the WBO. So why would it be with this case? Like, Gabe ain't never even touch a title. Like, that's nasty. And announcing the fight this close, that show you like Gabe 41. This is social security check from boxing. Like,
What you mean
it's
announcing
over
it
with.
that close? It's 2 months out. It depends when in March. It's only January
First
23rd.
week March. It's probably gonna be first week of March. That's Saturday, March 7th. That's probably what it's gonna be.
That's
Because
the
remember, look
following.
at the
That'll be the
schedule.
following week from Tank fight. Free on your DAZN, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Look what he doing. Announcing it close to the Benavidez Morel fight. Announcing it around this time. Doing like you said, fight a week after Tank. Wearing the chrome hearts. Like
Hey, yeah,
you
what you
see,
mean?
you
What?
see the starter pack. You see the starter pack.
I don't. I think you see that he a star.
I think you hate right now.
You may
I
Yo,
think.
feel
I
like
got
it's
I
your
got Diego
time,
Pacheco over Nelson.
but it's not your time.
I think.
Nelson's time was 4 years ago.
I think he
when he
see.
was
I see.
when
I think he see Belanga a star.
Yo.
Yo.
Yeah, man. Yo, who sent those super chats? Who was that? The ones you read late.
Damien. Cash Apps.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to him, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when people get on the show and start lying and then go to the back call and say they didn't say something, you know, and they need evidence, you know, I'm glad some people, you know, actually listen to the conversation and have the same agreements, you know, that people are just on the show lying and just starting BS, man. Salute the Hamza though, man. Salute the Hamza, cause it's crazy, man. You know, it's a new faction, y'all. It's a new faction. You know what I'm saying? It went from the Dudleys to now it's the Hardy Boys, and they done added Lita to the team. Shout out to the Hardy Boys and Lita, man. Shout out to the Hardy Boys and Lita. Listen, bro. Boots versus Stanionis, man. Boots versus Stanionis. It's gonna be fireworks, man. It's gonna be fireworks. Good fight. You know what I'm saying? They say we stay on one side of the street. It's clear as day. Our fighters are moving all over the place, and we still getting down on our own network, man. You know, it's just like that. You know, we do big things over at the PBC, man. We do big things over at the PBC. You feel me? And then you know, it's something wrong with these dudes from Jersey, man. I don't know what it is with y'all nuts, but y'all be jumping out the window when it comes to Tank, bro. You know, Shakur, now Ray Ford, man, like it's gotta stop, man. I don't know what y'all beef is with Tank. You know what I'm saying? I know Jersey and Baltimore is like right there. Maybe that's it, you know, but y'all gotta chill, you know what I'm saying? Bagging on my guy like that, bro. Y'all gotta chill, man, honestly. And Tito Mercado, man, that dude, he can talk the talk, man. I just wanna know, you know, at this level,
It's
at
funny.
140, at
It's funny
140,
that the
yo,
question you ask him is, you tell him is, oh, I don't think you could beat Blair Cott. He 140. You want him to move up to 47.
bro, we had like Blade Cars can't fight at 44, bro. Come
Man,
on. We've seen Blade Cars fight at 44. I think him and
bruh,
Broner was at 44.
bruh,
Come on, man.
you gotta stop.
And and then look at who he fighting at
Then
140
you say
pounds. Like,
Brandon Lee, but you get mad at Brandon Lee for leaving PBC and signing a Frank. I mean, I don't really get you,
but
man.
but hold on. Brandon Lee is with Frank Warren, and Frank Warren works with Turkey Al
For
Sheik, and
sure.
they on that
And he
and they
said
on that
that.
Riyadh season.
He said that.
Yeah.
That's an easy fight to make. But I'm just saying,
So
you bigging
that's
up
why I threw
somebody,
Brandon out there.
but you bigging up somebody that you don't normally even like. Like, your shit weird.
Oh, Brandon Lee, that's my guy.
You got
I
mad
was a
at him
big
for
Brandon
leaving
Lee guy.
PBC, though.
Yeah, I did, but you know what I'm saying? I still gotta back my guy, even though he over there. You know, still gotta back him because
I hear you,
You may
man.
Tito a
feel like
Hearn
it's
guy.
your time,
Tito a Hearn guy, so
but it's not your
it's
time.
everybody versus Hearn, man.
Hey, man, Hearn getting all that spotlight got Tito name on fire on the streets, and it brought the haters out, a la Tip. But last call for callers, last call for boxing calls. If you're going to call in now, where's the time? Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget to catch our earlier episode where we had about 4 guests on. And if you didn't catch today's interview, hit that rewind button. Peace.